One of our athletes of the week, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming here at Wyopreps.com, is the senior from Lusk High School, Melody ZumBrunnen. And she had an excellent day last Friday at the Kindra Reader Invite over on Pine Bluffs, winning not one, not two, not even three, but four events individually. She wins 100, 200, 400. That's just taxing right there saying that. Plus, she also won the long jump, and Melody joins me here. Melody, congratulations on a great day. Congrats on being our athlete of the week. I guess take me back to how you were feeling on Friday and kind of what led to an excellent day for you.
Well, thank you. So last Friday I competed in all of those events, and it was just really nice out. So it ended up being kind of chilly outside, but I don't know. I'm not very much of a cold weather person, so it's kind of an interesting day actually. I spent a lot of time stretching that day and just kind of mentally preparing. So I got into long jump. I started having fun, and then I moved into the one and the two, and just kind of cruised through everything. The 400 was definitely by far the hardest. This is my first year running the 400 since my freshman year, so it's kind of been a wild ride. I had a lot of fun last week, so.
Well, a big day for you. Take me through just following results the last couple of years. I know that you're a sprinter. Do you love the 100 and 200?
Yes, I actually my favorite race is the 200. I love the curve. The curve is so fun.
That's always a challenging part of that race, I think, for sprinters. How do you handle it, and how do you, I guess, kind of strategize for it?
I guess I just kind of think of leaning into it. So, get in your blocks. I guess I mentally prepare myself a lot. I focus kind of on what I'm doing. I've learned that I need to just kind of be myself and do things the way that I want to, which has kind of been a roadblock in the past. But so I mentally prepare, and then as I get in my blocks, I kind of like start thinking, okay, I got to calm my mind. And then as I come off the curve or off the blocks, I like lean into the curve, like super aggressive, and then I just dead sprint the whole thing. So nothing super strategic about it, just lots of fun for sure.
I got you. I got you. Well, let's take things by order. So you started in the long jump. Do you like doing the long jump? And kind of take me through what happened in the course of winning that event on Friday.
Okay. So I love long jump.
Okay.
I like being able to see how high and how far I can jump. And so we get there, we get to the track meet on Friday, and I just kind of started stretching. I need to stay moving. I get kind of sore fairly quickly. So being mobile the whole time is super important for me. So I get there, I kind of get in my zone. I listen to my music, and then go over to the pits, get my marks, and then I do some run throughs, and then I just kind of I don't necessarily watch, but I know when I need to compete and how far I need to go. So then I kind of mentally prepare, I visualize, and then I just kind of jump.
Okay. All right. So then what was next on the agenda? Was it the 100 first?
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
I
So
did my
take me
long
through that
jump.
race.
Okay. So I started stretching again because long jump had gotten done pretty early.
Okay.
Um, and then I started stretching. I got over there. Hurdles are going. I'm kind of like, I get kind of nervous. The 100 makes me nervous. And so I was kind of just standing there, and I get in my blocks, and I'm like kind of shaking, and I do a run through, and I'm like, that's kind of slow. So I did a second one, and then I get back on the blocks, and he was like, on your marks. And I was like, oh no. It's like, on your marks. And I'm kind of down. And then I'm like, he says set, and I'm like standing there, and it seemed like forever. Then he said go, or I guess he shot the gun, and I was like, go. And then I just kind of sprinted. So nothing strategic about the 100 at all, but it was a lot of
It's
fun. I get.
it's a dead sprint. Yeah, I get you.
Mhm,
All right. So then you got to the 200. We've kind of talked about that. Um,
mhm.
and then the 400. That is not a race that a lot of people love to do. I did it like, well, I'm not going to age myself. It's been a while since I've run a 400. Let's just put it that way. But I did it back in the day. For you, you said it's not your favorite. You haven't done it for since your freshman year. So how do you approach that race in particular?
Well, so I don't know. A lot of the times before I get there, I get so nervous that I'm like about to throw up anyways.
Oh,
So I just am
goodness.
like, okay, just sprint. I just like tell myself just sprint. So I get out and I start warming up, and I do like some of my 200, 100 warm ups, and then I do some extra running. And then I like get to the line, and I'm like super nervous, and then I'm just like, okay, cool down, just sprint. And so I don't know, I just kind of sprint the curves and then stride out on that first stretch. and then I do my best to kick at the end, but that's really hard.
Yeah, I bet it is. Well, congrats on winning 4 for 4. That's always difficult at a track meet. I don't think people truly understand. For you, you've had success in track in the past. Obviously, that's carrying into your senior season. How do you keep it going here in these last few weeks as you kind of gear up for state?
I guess just mentally preparation. I think I need to be definitely more confident in what I have to offer and like what I have to do. I know my abilities and I know how far I can go. I just need to like really like hone in on those things.
Mhm.
And then just hard practice. I need to keep jumping, obviously, and then running. I need to practice my blocks a little more. But so far, I'm really sad that it's coming down to this.
Now, Gracie, sister, cousin, sister, okay.
Sister,
Does
yep.
she help push you a little bit?
Yes, so actually she's like just barely slower than me. So we condition together a lot. We do like basically everything together. She triple jumps with me. So we do all the same like I don't know, horizontal jumps workouts, and then she does like her triple, I do my long, but we both compete. She does the 100 and she used to do the 400, so we train for almost the same thing. So it's nice having somebody that can run as fast as me and is my best friend. So like bonus.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Does she give you a little extra push sometimes since she's competing
Yes.
in some of these same events?
Yes, she's very hard. She's got a lot more endurance than I do, so being able to keep up with her for a longer amount of time is really difficult.
As you look out around 2A, around the state, are you kind of looking to see who your competition might be come mid-May in Casper?
Kinda. I'm not one to like at meets I normally watch, but I don't know. I don't like to look on like Athletic Net or anything else to see who my competition is, just because that kind of sets me back. And then sometimes I overthink. I'm very much an overthinker, so
Uh,
looking at other people and comparing myself can be difficult. So I kind of just let it flow, and then I go when I get there.
You said you were listening to music, so what's kind of on the playlist that gets you in that focused zone?
Um, It's actually kind of a mix. So I have a lot of Christian music on there, and then I have like pop, and then I have like rock, and then I have like country. So, but a lot more Christian than others. I like being
Okay.
uplifted before I go.
Okay. All right. Is there one song in particular that you have to listen to before you get to an event? Or a
Mm,
couple? Or is it or it just doesn't really matter?
just doesn't really matter, actually.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic day. It's been fun to chat with you. And Melody, congratulations on being our athlete of the week.
Thank you so much.
We continue our conversation here at Wyopreps.com with our Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming Athletes of the Week. And sharing the girls' honor this week is rodeo cowgirl Kloe Nichols from Boulder, Wyoming. And she won both rounds of the barrel racing last weekend at the high school rodeo stop in Rock Springs and actually took the season points lead. Kloe, first of all, congratulations on the honor. Congratulations on a big weekend. How did it feel last weekend in Rock Springs for you?
It felt pretty good. My mare kind of pulled up lame a few days before, and I was scared. And I was like, oh no, please get out of this. And she broke with an abscess, and then she was better. So, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what do you think the key was to both of your runs and really fast times last weekend in Rock Springs?
I really just can't think about winning all the time, because I feel like when you think about winning, um, it kind of just blows over your head, and you gotta just do what you know how to do.
I gotcha. So what is kind of the key for you in a run in the barrels?
Um, you know, I'm not.
Is it good turns? Is it
Yeah,
just
it's
controlling
gotta
your
be right
horse?
turns, and my mare really takes care of me for that.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, you stopped the clock at 15 and 8 in the first round, and then 15 and 4.37. So you improved on that. Were you surprised that you improved from Saturday to Sunday?
Yes, sir, I was. I didn't think I was gonna be that fast the second day. I was like, okay. So
Hey, that's a good surprise, right? How do you think you took the lead in barrel racing in the standings? How do you think you've performed going back to last fall to just starting here in the spring run? How do you think your season's going overall?
I think it's going really good. I just need to stay consistent, and I think I'll be all right.
You also, I think, do another event, and you're just sitting outside, I think, the top 10 in the breakaway. Where do you feel like you got to pick up in that event?
Um, I just need to go out there and catch like I know how to do. I haven't these past few rodeos because I've let it get to me and thinking about it too much. But I had a really good winter in Arizona,
Okay.
and I need to go do what I know how to do. So
Yeah. Where's your love and passion for being a rodeo cowgirl come from?
my parents have done it since they were really little, and my mom has had some very nice horses, so I've been blessed with that. So
All right. Well, that's cool. So just kind of continuing the family tradition a little bit. Does she give you some tricks of the trade for your barrels and your breakaway?
yep, she does. More of the barrels.
More of the barrels. What does she offer as good advice for you?
Just complete the process.
All
Don't
right.
worry about the outcome. So
Yeah. Well, you'll be a little closer to home this weekend. I know
yeah.
are you looking forward to being in Big Piney this weekend?
Yes, sir. Yep. It's nice to be on this side of the state now.
All right. Lastly, I guess, how do you keep things going in the right direction as you make this run to the state finals coming up early June? What will be kind of some things that you feel like you still have to work on?
um, just keeping my horses in real good shape and doing what I've been doing.
All right. Well, Chloe, congrats on our honor and way to go last weekend in Rock Springs.
Thank you so much.
We continue our conversation this week for our Wyopreps Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by our great friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming. And it's a lot of rodeo folks, great student athletes putting together some terrific performances in Rock Springs this past weekend. And our boys winner this week is the team roping duo of Cam Johnson and Cael Espenscheid. And guys, congratulations. I'll start with you, Cam. You're on the front side of things. So describe for me just what it was like last weekend from your perspective and what worked so well in Rock Springs.
Well, we had some great cattle there, and I got a great horse and a great partner. So it really was just going through my head was just to catch him and turn him for my healer, and let him clean him up. So it worked out pretty well, and I was pretty excited about how our weekend ended. So yeah.
Yeah, two wins in the 2 rounds for you, Cael. What'd you see from your perspective as the guys who got to come through with the second part of the equation?
Yeah, I just tried to do my job as good as I could. I really focused on trying to stay aggressive and just kind of do my deal, And so
Cael,
that's most of it, really.
Yeah, Cael, you guys were the only 2 to stop the clock in under 7 seconds, both times. I think you went 6.68 in the first go on Saturday. I think 6.63 in the second round. What do you think was the key for you guys this past weekend, Cael?
Well, I just say Cam got out really good, and he was able to kind of turn him. He always handles him so good to where I'm able to heal him pretty fast for the most part. But when we make a good run, it's usually pretty fast, and we've developed a I don't know how to say this, but just chemistry together to where we're able to just know exactly what we're gonna do and how to put it all together and all that, because we've roped our whole lives. And so yeah, I just say when we make a good run, it just seems to be just a pretty fast and clean, good time.
Well, some worked pretty well, I guess, this past weekend. Cam, for you, how do you guys get that chemistry that Cael's talking about, considering the fact that you guys are so far apart in terms of trying to practice together? I know you guys end up practicing on your own, but you put together a team roping duo hours apart, yet you guys are so successful. What goes into that, you think, Cam?
Yeah, well, it's a lot of we go down to our little houses in Arizona, and we practice a lot down there together. And then when we're by ourselves, we kind of work on the little things, that we can get better at. And then during the summer, we're back at it together. We'll spend a week at each other's houses, practice up and get better that way. So we've been doing that for years, and that's just kind of brought this chemistry along with it. So
yeah, you guys had a nice appearance and nice showing last year at the finals. talk a little bit about how much confidence that gave you guys, especially coming into this high school season, going back to the fall and carrying it into the spring, Cam.
Yeah, the finals, we made a really good run one day, but we figured we might as well try to do better. So we just kept working hard at it and, just keep doing our run. That's what we always talk about is, if someone is out there and they're going fast, let's just do our run. And turns out that half the time it works. So, we just stick with that and it works out pretty good with us for the fall and spring season. So,
all right. For you, Cael, kind of the same question. You guys are hours apart, and Cam mentioned the fact that you guys do get some time together, but how do you attribute that success as a roping duo when you're so far apart a lot of the time?
Yeah, I mean, like kind of how Cam said about Arizona, we like every jackpot that we get the chance to, we always rope together, like every high school rodeo jackpot there is, we're always playing on each other. And heck, we've done that since we were probably in about middle school, and we've entered every jackpot together. And so we're able to just kind of rope together pretty good. And kind of like how Cam said about like, especially last year, there was a lot of teams that were like going like 5 seconds and stuff, and we wouldn't really get too wound up about it, and we'd just stay consistent and always go and just kind of just do our thing and go make our run. And sometimes it's not faster, but sometimes it is, and we stay consistent the whole year. So that's what we're hoping to do this year too.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it's just the draw, right? In terms of the steer or calf you get, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we knew that the steers that we drew kind of ran a little faster, so Cam was able to kind of push up the berry a little bit more to kind of get it on him a little faster.
I'll ask this for both of you, and I'll start with you, Cam. Obviously, I know you guys participate in some other things, but Cam, where's your love for rodeo come from?
Oh, just all starts with my dad and then his dad, just generations of, roping, and then my mom's love for horses. So just ever since I was little, I had a rope in my hand, and, I just love doing it and being out there and, throwing a loop over 2 horns. And so it's just always been there for me. And it's something I can just always go back to, even as I go older, I can just keep on roping, I won't outgrow it ever. So I just love it.
What about for you, Cael?
Yeah, same exact thing, this generational deal. And I also had older brothers, so did Cam, we'd always get a chance to rope whenever we wanted to rope, we would. So yeah, it's great.
Well, how do you guys keep this going? Cael, how do you keep it rolling here as you get ready for Big Piney kind of in your neck of the woods coming up this weekend? How do you keep it rolling?
Cael?
Cam, I'll toss that one to you.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know. We're just going to make our run again. We got, I think, different steers, I think, but, we're just going to be consistent. We're just going to try to get them about 7 or 6 again, or even 8. Sometimes that wins it, but we're going to see what happens. And then I'll try my best to score them out and get it on them, and Cael will try his best to heal them. So we'll just see how that goes, but we're pretty confident going into it.
Yeah. Cael, are you excited to kind of be in your backyard this weekend?
Yeah, it's always fun. I've roped in that arena just so many times. I actually roped in it today. It's a great facility, and so I'm just so used to it. And as Cam said, just go do our run, and most of the time it's enough to win the rodeo.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me, and I want to say congratulations on being our Wyopreps Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.